Hey y'all, it's Deidre. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Georgia. And I know it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Georgia. Shouldn't we be out hiking or having an adventure? We should. But we had a few things to do around the house today, and also I got a little wonky left knee, which I'm going to the doctor to get it seen about on Monday. So right now I'm sitting on the back porch. As you can see, I poured myself a cocktail, and I wanted to share with you guys. I went to our local liquor store today, and I found this James Henry Straight Bourbon Whiskey from Moonrise Distillery up in Clayton, Georgia, which we were just in Clayton last weekend. And I'd seen the signs for Moonrise Distillery, but had never been. And I found this today, and I picked up a bottle, and I'm certainly glad that I did. Not here to talk about boozing. What I am here to talk about, though, is hiking equipment and hiking clothes. I am a member of a few different Facebook groups that are dedicated to hiking, and people who are new to hiking will make a post and they'll even say, hey, I'm brand new to hiking, what equipment do I need? Or I'm a new hiker and I'm trying to figure out what I need. And everyone is trying to be so helpful, and I can appreciate that. But as I start in my head adding up the cost of all the equipment that all these folks are replying with and commenting about, I'm just like, wowza. I get it. We're enthusiasts. We love what we do. We all have good gear, and we want people to have good gear to have a great experience. But I'm going to tell you, you can get into hiking and you don't have to spend a ton of money as you figure out that you like it, and if you want to stay in it, then you start investing. I started hiking about 25 years ago. I was in college at the University of Georgia, and I gotta tell you, I was poor. I was so poor. I didn't have a ton of money to spend on really cool hiking clothes or really expensive hiking gear, and I had to pick and choose where I spent my money. Now, even as an adult, even as I've gotten older, I'm still frugal. I like to consider it frugal, fiscally responsible. My husband just says I'm cheap. Whatever you want to label it, I believe that you don't have to have the most expensive clothes and expensive gear, because that didn't make you any better of a hiker. There are certain things that you need to spend the money on. So this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that you really need to spend your money on. I'm also going to share with you some cost-saving tips for your equipment and your clothes. You don't have to spend a ton of money to have a great time out there. So subscribe, leave us a comment, ring the bell so you can keep up with our videos. But I'm going to sit here, I'm going to enjoy my cocktail, and then I'm going to get up and I'm going to share with you the 3 things that you really need to spend your money on, and a few other cost-saving tips when you're buying hiking gear. All right, guys, let's talk clothes. Now, I'm frugal. I like to think that I'm fiscally responsible. I'm very conscientious of the budget. My husband calls me cheap. But when it comes to your hiking equipment, there's a few things that you can't be cheap on. First thing that you should not cheap out on, and that is your shoes, your footwear. Think about it. When you're hiking, every single step, your feet, they're taking the brunt of what you're doing. So invest in your shoes. Spend good money. If you only have a little bit of money to spend and you want to know where to spend it or how to spend it when you are looking at hiking gear, shoes is the very first thing you do not skimp on. Now, also, there is a big debate in the hiking world. Do you wear shoes? Do you wear boots? There are people that say, oh my gosh, if you're wearing shoes, then you're not a real hiker. There's other people that say, oh my gosh, if you're a real hiker, you're wearing shoes, you're not wearing those heavy boots. Here's the deal. Personal preference. Everybody has a different opinion. You figure out what works for you. Now, personally, I'm a boot girl. Reason being, I sprained my ankles a lot, and I've sprained my ankles a ton of times over the years. Boots give me more support around my ankle. I lace them up all the way to the top lace. Now, my husband, he is a shoe guy. He loves the freedom of motion that a shoe gives him over a boot. So it's all just a personal preference. Also, as you're going to try on boots, I'll order clothes all day online. My boots, I want to go try them on. I have really wide feet. So right now I'm wearing Keens, and these Keens have a really wide toe box, and so my feet can really spread out. So things to think about. Go try boots on. Go to a sporting goods store. Typically those sporting goods stores have some type of rock formation, just a little thing there in the store that you can climb on, you can walk on to see how the boot grips, but also how it feels against your ankle as you're making those angles with your foot. Spend the money on your boots. The second place that I'm going to tell you to spend the money, socks. Goes right along with those boots. Now, I'm holding two pair here. I'm a two sock kind of person. Some people only wear one pair of socks. Let me tell you why I wear two. Well, one, it's just what I've always done. I've been hiking for 25 years and I've always doubled up on socks. The reason I do, and these, I don't know if you can see, are pretty thin. They're wicking socks. They're made out of wicking material, which pulls moisture away from your skin, and it helps it evaporate, or it evaporates off of the fabric easier. These are wicking socks that really hug my feet. Then I put on a thicker sock. What this does, this keeps from the thin sock, keeps the thicker sock from rubbing, and I don't form blisters. I've been doing it for years. There are people that feel like you can buy the thicker sock that's wicking enough, or has enough wicking properties that it will pull the moisture away and you don't need the thin pair. They may be right. I just wear them because I've always done it. So that's where you don't skip on your money. Now, let me show you a few other things. Right now, it's getting to be summer, getting to be hot here in Georgia. So, pants, shorts, what do you wear? Again, completely up to you. I have a favorite pair of shorts that I wear here. I got these at the Columbia outlet. Like I said, I am frugal. We have a Columbia outlet. We go, we peruse, and find some really good deals. So these are shorts that I bought at the Columbia outlet. Also, if you like what you're hearing, comment below. Tell us about your favorite hiking clothes. Subscribe. Ding the bell so you get notifications whenever we have a new video up. Back to your pants or your shorts. They should be stretchy. They should move with you. When you're trying on pants or shorts, or if you're looking through your closet to figure out what you can hike in, do some knee bends, do some squats, make sure it's fabric that moves with you. So those are the shorts. Now let's talk about pants for a second. You know, there are people who hike in pants all year round, and they typically do it for a few different reasons. Maybe because they're trying to keep ticks off of them. Maybe they're trying to, because when you're out hiking, you know, there's briars, there's bushes, there's limbs. They're trying to keep themselves from getting cut up. But also, like me, if I am highly allergic to poison oak and poison ivy, I can look at that stuff and break out in a rash. That's a whole different episode. If you get poison oak and poison ivy, I have some fantastic remedies. Comment below, let me know that you want to know more, and I'll take care of that. So, pants. These are some hiking pants that I have. These are LL Bean. These are more on the expensive side, but I like them. But here's the cool thing, guys. This is my favorite pair of hiking pants. I ordered these off of Amazon, and I'm going to put links below for all this stuff. I ordered these off of Amazon. They're economical. They were about $35, I think, which overall, not a bad price. They repel water. You can actually spill water on these things, and it will bead up and just wash away. So I love these. These move with me. They're stretchy. They have partially elastic waistband. Elastic waistbands are another great thing for hiking pants. They have lots of pockets. So make sure that your pants are stretchy. Make sure they move with you. Make sure that they're made of wicking fabric. I see people out hiking in denim, and I have no clue how in the heck that they do it. Because one, they're hot. Two, if they get wet, they're not letting go of that moisture, and they just become heavy and cumbersome. A couple of other pieces of clothing to think about. I usually hike in a buff. Now, you can buy off brands. You don't have to buy a buff. They're also made of wicking fabric. You kind of see a common theme going on here. The thing I love about buffs is In the wintertime, they help keep my neck warm. In the summertime, especially if we're in an area where there's not a lot of shade and my neck is exposed, it keeps the sun off my neck to keep me from getting sunburned. So those are always a good investment. Now, lastly, let's talk about shirts, because it is getting, it's spring. Spring has just started. Summertime is coming here in Georgia, and it's humid and it's hot. I always buy or always hike in wicking shirts that are made of wicking fabric. Now, this is probably my favorite. This is an LL Bean, and again, I'll put links below, but you can buy shirts that are made out of wicking fabric really just about anywhere. You can go to Walmart, Target, search on Amazon. We actually, for an Africa trip a few years ago, we went to the Army Navy store and bought some shirts that were made out of wicking fabric, and they were really inexpensive. I want to say they were like $10 or $12. So make sure that you're buying shirts that are, or have shirts that are of wicking fabric to pull that moisture away and it'll help keep you cooler, but you're also not carrying, or you're not wearing and carrying around a cotton shirt that's going to weigh you down because it's full of moisture. So remember, you can find really great hiking clothes affordably. Do not skip on your shoes. Don't skip on your socks. That's where you invest your money.